All right, what up? What up? It's your best friend Blake. I'm here with my cousin Gage, and this is TUNS F1, the official F1 affiliate of the Up North Sportscast. You can catch us at TUN Sportscast on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube, we're the Up North Sportscast. So give us a like, give us a follow. Check us out on your favorite platforms. We always produce good content. All right, it's been a really good week for us. We had a really good time reviewing the French Grand Prix live. We did a live reaction video of our beautiful faces watching the French Grand Prix. We'll be doing it again this week for the Styrian Grand Prix. We're going to make some predictions here in just a couple minutes, so hang out with us. It should be a good time. So we're going to jump right into our French Grand Prix recap. Red Bull coming in hot. Max taking it at the end of the race there. Sergio placing pretty well too. What's your takeaways from the race for Red Bull?
For Red Bull, it was a great race, I think. Notoriously, not a great track as far as overtaking goes. Not really known for being a really fun race to watch, but this was a great race to watch, I think. Anytime there's a battle for the lead that comes down to the last couple laps, I think it's automatically a good race. And we saw that with Max and Lewis. I think it was with 2 laps to go, Max passed Lewis. Mercedes opting to go with the one-stop strategy. Max went with the 2-stop. Perez, I think he also went with the one-stop. He made it work a little better than Mercedes did. But yeah, Max had the first lap in the first corner. I think it was the tailwind that caught him off guard, and he went way off wide. And he said he just couldn't get it to come back. Got it back though, and then I think what did he drop down in the second then? And Lewis was ahead of him.
Yeah, second at that point.
Yep. Ended up bringing it back though. The undercut was a little more powerful than anyone expected, so yeah, good race for Red Bull for sure.
Next, we're going to talk McLaren. Lando P5. Nice day for him. And Ricardo, where'd Ricardo finish up at?
Right behind him, P6.
Oh, really? So, pretty good day for McLaren.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to see Ricardo back. Looks like he's finally getting the hang of the McLaren car, getting the grip, coming to grips with it a little bit. Was struggling up until this point. It seemed like just kind of lacking pace behind Lando, like a little more than was expected. I think kind of expecting him to be a little bit behind Lando throughout the course of the year, just because I mean Lando's been with the team, so. But yeah, good results from him for sure. Looking like they're maybe separating themselves from Ferrari a little bit this year. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I was kind of led to believe that Ferrari was kind of, I guess, the third front runner. And it just seems, and again, just a couple dumb Americans here trying to figure
Yeah,
this sport
what do
out.
we know?
So,
We kind of knew that it was like Mercedes and Red Bull, and then the rest, pretty much, with a few teams at the bottom like Haas and Williams that kind of be like back of the pack and then the middle of the grid, and then we got the 2 front runner teams. But yeah, I kind of just from what I knew coming into the sport, I kind of would have thought Ferrari would have been better than what they have been in the last couple races for sure.
so like I said before, I was led to believe that Ferrari would kind of be the third front runner, and Leclerc was, one of the top drivers. But in the short time that I've watched it, McLaren's really been showing out, and Lando, maybe it's because I became a Lando fan that he's been doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
So What's going on with Ferrari, Gage? What is going on? Break it down for us. What do you think is going on? From a
I
noob's
think really,
perspective.
I'm guessing it's like something a little deeper than just being slower than the rest. Because I mean, like the paces they're qualifying wise, I don't know, like they don't have softer tires than the rest. So I know it's not like their tires. I mean, they're both good drivers, so I don't know if Ferrari had this problem last year where they were qualifying good and then the pace just wasn't there when the race came around, but that's just what it seemed like the last couple races is they qualify solid, but they're just not. I mean, we saw Leclerc qualify pole for Baku and Monaco, but I mean, obviously qualifying was cut short due to red flags in both of those sessions, but still I mean, even if those guys would have set their hot laps, he's still in the top 5, probably qualifying in the top 5, maybe even top 3. So your guess is as good as mine, I think. But both Leclerc and Sainz just said it was just tough to drive. Like the car was just hard to, like they just had to work really hard to get it around the track. So
Mercedes mishap. You got Valtteri getting pretty ticked off, and then Hamilton getting passed up right at the end there. What's going on with Mercedes, Gage?
a little bit of a bad decision, I think, when it comes to strategy this week. Um, Maybe they should have listened to Valtteri. uh, if you listen to the radios, you heard Valtteri get pretty upset about. I guess he was saying that it was going to be a two-stopper and they weren't having it. Um, you hear him ask why no one listens to him when he says it's going to be a two-stopper, and his engineer just says, "Yeah, Perez is on a one." Like, well, Perez also started on way fresher tires at the beginning of the race, so that also has to play. And Sergio's also known for being really good with his tires. I mean, that seems like a messed up thing to say on the radio. It's just like adding fuel to the fire when your driver's already heated. Why try and make them even more heated by saying something like that? But it's a bad strategy call. I mean, someone on the radio even told Lewis that it was on them. So Mercedes obviously knows that it was a bad strategy call, and it's not really much the drivers could have done in that situation. Bottas would have been competing for the lead if he would have pitted. We're hearing rumors that Valtteri might not even be there next year. Might see George Russell move up. Be interesting to see what would happen then, where Valtteri would go. I'd like to see him stay in F1, find another seat somewhere else. But I mean, we were talking a little bit the other night, you and I,
Yeah.
um, where he could end up. But I just don't. I don't know how it really works. For like, do they just drop a good driver just to pick up Valtteri? Like, I think Valtteri's a good driver. He's just been overshadowed by Lewis. So it's like, and does Valtteri go drive for a, like a back of the grid team
That's
after
a
driving for the best team out there?
guy for Haas.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Let us know what you guys think happens to Valtteri after this season. It does sound like George Russell is gonna get the tap on his shoulder to move on up. All right, we got our predictions for the Styrian Grand Prix. Couple American boys figuring out the sport. You know, we got it here. Uh,
Hey,
Gage
last week,
predicted
man.
them right down the line, the top 5 of the race. Gage predicted them a whole week ahead of time. So,
And I
uh,
didn't even bet in Vegas.
ugh, terrible. Well, there's always this week.
I
See if
guess, yeah.
Gage can keep that streak going. Wow.
Yeah,
And
doubt it.
I think it's my week to get a perfect prediction. So we will move on over to the qualifying round here. And we'll start out with Gage's predictions. So what you got, man?
All right, P5, I got Daniel Ricciardo. Showing some McLaren some love. I think he looked good. And at the French Grand Prix, I think he gets it together and gets a nice qualifying run here at the Styrian Grand Prix. P4, I have Sergio coming in right behind Valtteri Bottas. And then we got Lewis P2 and Max P1. I think maybe Sergio gets ahead of Valtteri, but I feel pretty confident actually on that qualifying predictions. Maybe I think it could be Lando or Daniel Ricciardo there, the 5 spot.
Yeah, I think that's
But I'm just
solid.
feeling confident with Mr. Smiley.
Yeah. Yeah, McLaren's been looking good, like we talked about earlier, and that's pretty solid. We'll move on over to my picks here. P5, I got Sebastian Vettel. I just think he is going to show up here with Aston Martin and scoot in there for the qualifiers. P4, Sergio Perez. And it's going to look pretty similar, I think, running on up with Valtteri, Lewis, and Supermax for the qualifiers. So there you have it for our predictions for the qualifying. We will move it on over to the race predictions here. And this is where it really counts. Gage was 5 for 5 last week. So let's let him do his work.
Frost. P5, we got Sergio Perez. I got him at P5 yet, just because I think McLaren's going to be fighting hard for this one. I think we got Lando moving up to P4. Like I said, it could be Lando or Ricardo at P5 qualifying. We'll just say he qualifies P6. He'll be right there, I think. It'll be those guys right after each other. So got Lando fighting hard to gain a couple positions, take P4. P3. P3, we got Valtteri Bottas. 2, Lewis. 1, Max. I think that's exactly how I had the top 3 for qualifying. I feel confident in Max and Red Bull this year, man. They look good. And I'm going to carry that confidence into my predictions. Let it come from the heart. Go with Super Max and the Red Bull ring.
I like that. Yeah, you got to stick with your guns, man. And they have been looking good. Mercedes has, I mean, they've been looking good too, but it's just haven't been able to put it all together in the last couple races.
Yeah, I don't think they bounce back this week. I mean, I feel like it's got to happen, but I don't think this is the week.
All right, moving on over to my board here. P5. I got Lando coming in. McLaren's been looking good. I'm a big Lando fan. I hope that he continues to hop in that top 5. Hopefully, I mean, he can keep climbing that board eventually. But it just seems like the top 2 teams have really got a chokehold on the game here. So I think it's going to be difficult for them to break that top 4, barring anything too wild. And we'll see how crazy it gets this week. But I got Lando at 5, Sergio P4, Valtteri P3, P2. I got Lewis Hamilton, and P1 I got Max Verstappen. Pretty much the same thing. I just have a lot of confidence in Red Bull and Max right now. I think Valtteri might have a pretty good day, but I think he still finishes P3. I think maybe it's not so heated.
Yeah, it's Jamesed and hold position, bud. Sorry, Lewis gets P2.
Yeah, I think he's still. I think that's still how it goes, but I think things will settle down a little bit for them. Maybe have a major meltdown next race. We'll see.
Yeah, Lewis has got to get mad this week, right?
Yeah, that'd be
Valtteri got mad last week. Lewis gets mad this week.
sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll do it for our Styrian Grand Prix predictions. Again, we'll just run through Gage's quick. This guy is the master. Sergio, Lando, Valtteri, Lewis, Max. There you go. Take it to the bank.
Or don't. Probably don't.
Maybe do.
Wait till Sunday.
Wait till Sunday.
After the race.
And don't wait till Sunday to go ahead and check us out on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at TUN Sportscast, the Up North Sportscast on YouTube. Always a good time. So we're going to bring you a bunch of good content. We are looking at doing a TUNS F1 Facebook page. Strictly F1 content, so be on the lookout for that. Go like the TUN Sportscast Facebook page at this time, and you'll be able to get all the updates on that as it comes to us. So stay safe, everybody. We will see you on Twitch this Sunday. For our live reaction of the race, the Styrian Grand Prix. That's going to be a good time. So whenever the race is on,
Get Red Bulls.
hop on Twitch. Yeah, get some Red Bulls. Get Red Bull. All right, that'll do it for the pre-race predictions here at TUNS F1, the official F1 affiliate of the Up North Sportscast. Find us on social, and have a good one, y'all.